Okay, so this tutorial will give you an idea of how each of the functions work in Google SketchUp. I'm going to show you how to save your work and also how to build a few things, and we are going to call this Practice 1. So if you would, click on the Google SketchUp icon. Alright, you'll see this screen pop up. We've got different templates down here. We will primarily use simple template feet and inches. There will be times where we use other templates, but for today and most of our assignments, just make sure this is highlighted blue there and give this a click at the bottom, start using SketchUp. Okay, so one of the most important things with saving your work in SketchUp is to make sure you save your work to the network and not to a specific computer. If you save your work to a specific computer in my class and you need to make up some work in SketchUp and somebody's sitting at your seat, you won't be able to make up your work. If you save it to the network, you will be able to access your work anywhere in my lab that has an open seat. So I'll show you how to do that right now. If you will click on File and we'll go Save As, make sure to click on your name, okay? And let's label this Practice 1. Okay? Make sure to save it as Practice 1. Okay? This tutorial will be saved as a grade, so make sure to save it as, or will be graded. Okay, so make sure to save it as Practice 1. Alright, so save. Alright, let's talk about the screen here. We've got green for the grass, blue for the sky. You see a red line, green line, blue line. These obviously this is a red axis, green axis, blue axis. Where they meet in the middle is known as the point of origin. Okay? You see a random guy standing there. We call him Uncle John. He is there for perspective purposes only. I usually like to click on him and just tap delete and he will disappear. Okay, so I want to start on this side here and kind of give you an idea of how some of these tools work over here. Really quick, I'm going to just draw something. I'll show you how to do this in just a second. But okay, so the first tool that I want to show you is the Orbit tool. All right, so if you click on that and hold down your left mouse there, clicker, you can move your mouse around and go underneath and over the top of anything that you build. Okay, you can go all the way around if you want to. All right. So a quick shortcut, instead of having to click on this icon, if you will look at your mouse, there's a scroll wheel. If you click and hold down that scroll wheel and move your mouse, you are able to access the Orbit tool quicker, right? Instead of having to click on the icon each time. Also, you have the Pan tool. All right, if I click on that, I can move my shape around. Okay, something like that. I'm holding down the left mouse clicker there. All right, and so if I zoom in really far and I don't know where I'm at, okay, I can click on Zoom Extents, and it takes me back to, kind of zooms me out and gets me back to where I know I'm at there. So you'll definitely be using this a lot, especially with some of the projects that are bigger that you may have to go inside of. If you click that, it gets you back to where you can see everything. So, all right. So, some keyboard commands, shortcuts that you will use a lot in SketchUp is, one of them is Control Z. So I have this rectangle made here. If I was to tap Control Z, you see that takes the rectangle away. Well, oops, I didn't mean to take it away. I can hold down Control, tap Y, and it brings it back. Okay, so each time you need to make sure you hold down Control, then tap the letters. So hold down Control, tap Z, takes it away, hold down Control, tap Y, brings it back. Okay, simple as that. So I'm going to Control Z out of that. All right, I'm going to get back to a better view here. All right, so the next tool that I want to talk about is the rectangle tool. All right, so click that and go to your point of origin. If you would just click and let go one time, pull your mouse away, okay, like so, and just click your mouse one more time. and don't touch anything else. Okay. So you'll notice down here you see dimensions, the dimensions of the rectangle that I just made. All right. We want to make a square. We want to make it 3 feet by 3 feet. Okay. You do not have to click down here. As soon as you make that second click, you start entering in the numbers. Okay. You see the apostrophe, that stands for feet. The quotation mark, that stands for inches. Okay. So I want to type in 3 apostrophe, comma, 3 apostrophe, and enter. Okay. So that looks really big. That doesn't look like a 3 feet by 3 feet square. All right. How can I measure that? You have your tape measure tool. If I make a green dot there, click one time, come down to my other corner, and when it makes a green dot, you see that I have made a square that is 3 feet by 3 feet. Okay. Kind of zoom out there, use my pan tool maybe to move it around there a little bit. So now I have a 3 feet by 3 feet square. All right. So the next tool that I want to talk about is the push-pull tool. Okay. Seems to be everybody's favorite, kind of a cool thing. It puts the shapes that you make into three-dimensional shapes. So let's click on that. So you're going to hover over the surface. You see how it has the blue dots when you know that side is selected. So if I click, okay, and roll up with my scroll wheel there, I have a three-dimensional shape. Okay. Now I want to make this 4 feet tall. All right. So once I click there, remember you don't have to click down here. You type in 4 apostrophe and enter. All right. So again, how do I know this is 4 feet tall? Take your tape measure and measure it, and you can see down here 4 feet tall. All right. Well, guess what? I didn't mean to make that 4 feet tall. I'm going to hold down Control, tap Z. I want to make it 5 feet 2 inches tall. All right. So take your push-pull tool, click, roll up with your scroll wheel. All right. And you can click one more time. Let's type in 5 feet 2 quotation mark or 2 inches and enter. Alright, so now you take your tape measure, you have a 5 feet 2 inch tall shape. Okay. So let's move on to the circle tool. Alright, if I want to click one time, pull away, alright, and you can see it makes a black line there. Okay, that's going to be my radius. So if I want that to be 6 inches, I'm just going to click one time. Remember, I don't have to click down here. Type in 6, quotation, and enter. Okay, and there I have my circle. All right, so I can orbit around there. This kind of looks like our birdhouse that we like to make. And we'll take the push-pull tool. All right, and you can see how cool that is there. All right, so let's Control Z there, all right, and let's pull that out by 2 feet. Okay, so all I did was click, okay, and move my mouse there, okay, and let go, pull it out, and we're going to put in 2 apostrophe enter. Okay, so now we have a cylinder that comes out that is pulled out by 2 feet. All right. See that there. Okay. All right. So let's move on here. There's also a tool known as the 2-point arc. Okay, and it's located here that we will use from time to time. And I'm going to click on it. How it works is you're going to click on a side there, and when it's red and says on edge, that's where you'll want to click. Okay, and then you'll go to the other side, click, okay, and let go. And then you'll come up. We want to make a half circle, and you'll see that it snaps into that half circle when I get to where I need to be. Okay, right there. You see it snap in there, snaps, and then it says half circle. So I'm going to click that. There's my half circle. Okay, and So one cool thing that you can do here is take your push-pull and push that back there. Okay. And it won't let you go too far, but that's a pretty cool thing. So Control Z that. Okay. And let's go to the line tool. Alright. And we're going to, let me pan over here. We're going to make a little rectangle here. You can freehand. We usually don't freehand at all, but the freehand function is available. We'll use the line tool, and we'll make a little rectangle here. So make sure you're on the edge. You're going to click one time, roll up there. Okay, now when you see the blue line there, you are symmetrical. You're on the blue axis there. We're parallel with this line here. Okay, if it turns black, that means obviously your line is not straight. So we want a straight line there. Okay, I'm going to click one time, and now I'm going to go on the green axis here. Okay, make sure I'm straight. Click there, and on the blue axis, on edge, and I have a square there. Okay. Again, you could take your push-pull tool and push that out there, okay, and kind of looks like that. Almost looks like a chair. So let's keep that way, just to say we used it. All right. Now you have your eraser tool. Okay. You can click on your eraser and take the lines away if you wish. All right. Take shapes away as well. So we're going to Control Z that. All right, and make sure we still have our 2-point arc, our cylinder, and our cutout here. Okay. Moving on along, let's work with the offset tool. Okay. So the offset tool basically makes shapes inside of shapes that are already formed. Okay. So once I'm inside of that shape there and I'm on edge, I'm going to click one time and roll away. All right, and you see how it makes a smaller shape. Okay, I want to bring this about 3 inches off of the border there. So I'm going to remember I don't have to click down here. Okay, I've clicked and I've let go. All right, I'm going to type in 3, put the quotation or inches in, and hit enter. Okay, so I am 3 inches off the border there. Okay. All right. So that's how the offset tool works. All right. And moving along here, you have your move tool. Okay. With the move tool, it does exactly what its name says it does. Okay. If I was to click on something, it's gonna move that shape or whatever I have selected. It's gonna move it. All right, so we will Control Z that and leave that there. Okay, the rotate tool, if I click one time and let go, come straight down that blue axis, click again and let go, and then turn my mouse around, you see that I can rotate a shape. Okay, so let's Control Z that as well. All right, and I'm going to zoom out a little bit, and the next tool is the scale tool. Okay, if I was to click on the scale tool, I may have to have this selected first. If you triple click on your shape there, then the scale tool, and take one of your corners, you can make it bigger, smaller, adjust it all kind of different ways. Okay, so that's a pretty nice tool to have as well. All right, so let's Control Z that back to the normal shape there. All right. So we've already talked about the tape measure tool. We'll get into text later. Next thing, let's talk about the paint bucket. Okay, so you'll use the paint bucket a lot in our next assignment, which is the doghouse. Okay, so I'm going to click my down arrow here. I've got colors that I can choose from. If I click on a color, then click on my shape there, you can see it turns red. All kind of different things. I have concrete that I can make, carpet. Hey, I could make that carpet. I could Okay, so that's it for this Practice 1 tutorial of Google SketchUp. Things that I will be looking for grade-wise. You have a 5 feet 2 inch tall shape here that is 3 by 3. You have your 2 feet long cylinder there. Your radius, I think, was 6. Your 2-point arc on the side. The lines that we drew that were cut out, and color it anything, any kind of color, put any kind of material you want on it, and that will be it.